happening?
Tell you exactly what's happening.
It's paranormal things, that's what's going on.
Hello, my name's Dr. Kieran O'Keefe.
You know, we're too excited. We have to go through it and, you know, have a couple of Red Bulls and stay awake.
It's such a thrill to think that we could be hearing voices of those that have passed.
But this is the human spirit box. Now, this was an experiment that I designed a few years ago during a UK Haunted Live.
I've been writing the Ghost Detective series of books for a few years.
Where exactly are these voices coming from? Who's saying them? Are they spirits? Are they something else? Are they coming from a different dimension?
My name's Ian Lawman and I'm a psychic exorcist.
And that will be the Ouija board.
You're a Miki baby.
On Are You Haunted, we like to use a back to basics investigation technique.
So I need to pop back over there now and grab a camera. Excuse me.
So, with his pokey jiggery, go on Mickey, show your skills.
Well, hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today, this one is a little bit special. I have gathered together some of the great minds of the paranormal, my friends from the paranormal, people that I respect from the paranormal, all into one video. Yes, they are all here to tell us all what their favourite piece of equipment is, what evidence they captured with that equipment. It's so exciting. I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. I just can't wait. Shall we start? Let's do it. So what is my favourite piece of paranormal equipment? Well, there's just so many. You could have the voice recorder, you could have the night vision camera, IR lights, amazing. You can see in the dark. And a few years ago you wouldn't be able to do that. Could it be some detector like a REM pod, a haunted object to entice maybe spirits towards it for you to gain activity and evidence? Is it that? No. I believe my favourite piece of equipment is the spirit box. Now there are many spirit boxes. You have ITC spirit boxes, which are like the PSP-7T and the PSP-7, PSP-11. You can have the infamous Pana box, very rare, amazing. You could have hack radios like the Radio Shacks. You could have custom made spirit boxes like the Coop box that I used to have. Many spirit boxes are now in use throughout the paranormal world, and whichever one it is, the Jensen Ghost box is another one. The new S box that's just come out. There are so many, but yeah, I can't pick one. Any type of spirit box for me, if it is credible and it works using your control questions and you get those controlled answers, then yeah, wow. I'm going to be cheeky and put in a little clip of possibly one of the best pieces of evidence I've ever captured on a spirit box. This was the original PSP-7, and we were in, me and Alex were in an abandoned pub, and I was asked, well, I'm not going to tell you, just watch the clip. One last chance. Wow. Answer 3. Can you believe that? That is just crazy.
Hi everyone, it's Alex from UK Haunted, and my favourite piece of paranormal equipment would have to be a spirit box. There's lots of different types of spirit boxes. I'm sure most of you guys have used many sorts, but this is the human spirit box. Now this was an experiment that I designed a few years ago during a UK Haunted Live. This was where the investigators would actually connect themselves to the spirit box and hopefully enhance the area of the spirit box, maybe give the spirit some energy. And this worked actually on a UK Haunted Live, which goes on to my best piece of evidence during this equipment. So I asked the spirits when we were using the device, could you say the name of this building? And we get a man's voice come through saying Abington Abbey. Now, you couldn't ask for more. It was an intelligent response, and I would say not only some of the best evidence I've had from that, probably some of the best evidence I've ever seen anywhere. So check that out. Might even put the little clip on here if I can. Can you say the name of this building, please? Can you say the name of this building, please?
You and Mickey, baby. Right, Mickey's asking me a few questions. My favourite piece of equipment. Well, obviously, we've got I love the Oculus, the SLS, EVP. There's nothing better, EVP, when you just record somewhere, play it back, and you get that raw recording of a voice. You know, the excitement, the buzz you get is amazing. But for me, my most favourite is actually an app. And don't get me wrong, I'm the first to laugh at apps. I used to do it all the time. Apps, load of rubbish. But the Necrophonic app has blown me away so many times. It's just amazing. And it's easy, you know, if you haven't got a lot of money and you're just getting into it, just download it, 10 quid. I've tried to prove it wrong so many times. I've turned flight mode on my phone. I've made sure the phone recording can't see. I've made sure the app can't see anything. Just the phone recording can see it. The best evidence I ever got from it was me and John. We had a piece of paper and we wrote a friend's name on it who passed away. The phone that was running the Necrophonic couldn't see the piece of paper. We didn't say the name or anything like that. And we asked a couple of questions and it just said his name. Clear as anything. I know people say, well, yeah, what you want to hear. But the name was Jeff and it just said Jeff. And it said it as if it was spelt. It went Jeff. And we had no explanation for it.
Hello, my name's Sadie from Indico Paranormal. I've been ghost hunting now out in the field since 2013 when I first set up Indico Paranormal, following numerous personal experience I'd had throughout my life, but something really bad happened which then prompted me to actually get into investigating the paranormal. So Miki has kindly asked me if I would create a video for him. So this is for you, Miki, and he wants me to say what is my favourite piece of ghost hunting equipment that I use. So first off, I'll show you my favourite piece of ghost hunting equipment, which is it's my night vision camera. Now, it's an infrared camera, which means it can see in the dark on the infrared spectrum, colour spectrum, which is great. So that means it can pick up things that aren't always visible to our eyes. For instance, if we're out in the dark, we can't see in the dark, but this little baby can. And the reason I say it's my favourite piece of equipment is because it was one of the first pieces of equipment I got, and I wanted it so that I could record visually and audibly at the same time and capture my experiences to make a video diary, if you like, just in case I actually came across anything credential to the paranormal field. I am happy to say that I have actually captured a lot of interesting things with this camera. So the reason it's my favourite is because years ago, this must have been in 2000, I think it was in 2013 actually. It's when I first started going out to locations and everything. I was lucky enough to investigate a location very close to home on my doorstep in the town of Wisbech. This one particular night, a mirror scrying session using my mirror. I haven't got it with me, but you'll see it in the video because I'm going to show you the clip of what we actually caught. My auntie was holding the mirror, but I was holding my camera. and I was filming what was going on in the mirror as we were scrying it. So I had my auntie to the side, she was holding the mirror, and I was filming, and I was calling out and trying to make contact with whatever was there and asking it to please kindly appear. And then I saw her face appear in the mirror, and I think I said to my auntie, oh, I can see a face in the mirror. And she went, oh, and I went, oh, it's your face, Karen. And at that time I thought, oh, it's just my auntie's face. Another guy who was with us on the night, he was taking pictures from a distance of us as we were doing this experiment, and he said that my auntie, on his photographs he was taking, that she looked like she had a moustache and a beard, and he said she looked like a man, which was really, really strange. When I got home in the next few days, I started scrutinising my footage, going through everything. The first thing I come across was the face. I researched the location and came across a picture of a guy, a man named Jonathan Peckover, Mr. Jonathan Peckover, who actually owned the place we were at, and it's called the Wisbech Institute. This photograph was the spitting image of the face you could see in the mirror. This is too much alike his face to actually be a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. This, I believe, is real. Have a look.
Come on. Ooh. Losing my balance or something pushing. But I think I'm losing my balance. We don't mind. You're not going to frighten us. Oh. Oh. Your face, Karen. We don't mind. You're not going to frighten us.
Yeah, so that is one of my favourite pieces of evidence. As with everything, I never say it's 100% paranormal because, you know, you cannot say that. But based on my experiences, I would say yes, we captured the image, the face of Jonathan Peckover, considering the experiences we had, how I felt like something was pushing through just beforehand as well. Miki, but thank you so much for asking me to do a video for you. I hope to see you in person soon on an investigation. So thank you very much, and bye for now.
How are we doing, everybody? It's Rich here from West London Paranormal, WLP. Hope you're all good. We are still in a mega lockdown, and it is depressing. There's no getting away from it. It is absolutely depressing. Mickey York, a good friend of mine, has asked me to do a little video for you on one of my favourite pieces of equipment. One of my favourite pieces of equipment is this. This is an Olympus voice recorder, a dictaphone, if you like, old school, but it records everything. And the reason I bought this one, the Olympus VN540 PC, is that I tried many others, but this one, the clarity is fantastic. Okay, when you're out and about, I can use this everywhere I go. It doesn't matter where I am. Indoors, outdoors, bad weather. It is one bit of kit you cannot be without. The battery life on this one is fantastic. It does hours and hours and hours. The playback, you can flag on it, you can skip to where you need to go to recall anything that you've heard. The microphone is fantastic. It does have an anti-noise dB, which I use quite a lot, and it just gets rid of background noise. You know, I'm not going to teach it to suck eggs. You all pretty much know what it's about. But this, for me, is one of the best. It is one bit of kit that I will not be without. whenever you're out and about, you cannot fail to have a voice recorder. That's my top tip for your investigations. And if anyone has ever seen our videos, which I urge you to, we're now signed to paraflix.com. I'd like you to head over there at the end of March and you get a free trial as well. So, you know, you can check our stuff out. So from me, Rich, WLP, Mark and Liz, we wish you a great year. We will be getting out soon as the restrictions allow. All right? Much love and good health.
Hello, I'm Ian Varro. I'm owner and lead investigator with Residential Haunting, who are a private case team that investigate in people's homes that are experiencing suspected paranormal activity. My favourite piece of equipment, I would say, is full spectrum converted GoPros, mainly because they capture what we can't see with our eyes, and they're also very good at picking up EVPs. The best evidence we've ever caught is a face seemingly going through a sheet which appeared in full spectrum, and also an EVP which led us to the identity of someone who was related to a survivor of the Titanic.
Hi, I'm Becky and I work for a company called Haunted Houses Events. I've been with them for 6 years now and it's been amazing. Basically, I've been around the country. We've been to some amazing places. My favourite equipment would probably be EVPs, because we've caught a Class A, and it was at Mansfield in the village. Me and a friend, we were sat downstairs. Everyone else was on a break or something, I can't remember. We just sat there. We just cracked the EVP out, and we got a man saying, "Get out," but he was like really angry. But he wouldn't say nothing else. That's the only thing he would say. But also as well, and not a lot of people would actually say this, but I think your best equipment would be your own body, your smell, your eyesight, your hearing. I think that's probably your best piece of equipment, because it's your own personal thing that you like, and you could hear stuff and stuff like that.
My name's Lee Davis. I'm co-founder of HBI Haunted Britain Investigations in the UK. Been asked to answer a few questions, so we'll start off with the first, which is, what is our favourite piece of equipment that we use during our investigations? This is an easy one. It would have to be the digital audio recorder, simply because the amount of electronic voice phenomena we've documented on this piece of equipment over the years has been amazing. We've had everything from voices, we've had, you know, full sentences, intelligent responses, real clear voices.
Hi guys, Mark here from West London Paranormal. Now, I've been asked what is my favourite piece of equipment in the paranormal field. It's a tricky one, but there is one piece of equipment that I've used on every investigation that I've done, and it has never let me down. It's always thrown out significant results relating to the place where we've investigated, and that will be the Ouija board. Now, Ouija boards are taken very lightly in the paranormal field, very controversial, but there is ways around this. Only use the Ouija board with people that you trust. Always invite people to the board before you start. Always close down that board when you finish. That's the problem with people when they use Ouija boards. They never close the board down, and these are the people that go to social media explaining that they've had all these experiences. So yeah, there you have it. Ouija boards is my favourite personal piece of equipment to use when investigating haunted locations. Catch you later, guys. Stay safe, look after each other.
Favourite piece of equipment would have to say is the Necrophonic app at the moment. Me and Steve have been using it for a while. and we probably captured some of our best evidence using the app. We wrote a name on a sheet of paper. I didn't say the name or even show the paper to the camera. We just laid it flat on the table, asked a few questions. Can you maybe say the name on the piece of paper? And within 2 minutes it said Jeff, which was the name on the bit of paper. So that just completely blew our minds.
Hi, I'm C.
And I'm D.
And we're here to tell you what our favourite things are. My favourite thing's a camera.
Mine's a ramp.
Yep. The reason mine's a camera is because some of these clips that you will see have been caught by my camera, and the sound has actually picked up like an EVP. So that's why I like mine. What about yours?
I just like the fact that you can see the energy levels rising, and the fact you can interact with the spirits.
Which is absolutely amazing.
One spirit at a time. Yes. It's building up the energy. Oh, yes. Sis, I like you.
Do you want me to stop now?
Well done.
Cheers.
We've had some really good results on our videos, as you might see, so wherever Miki is putting this on his page, blow it up. Don't forget to tag C and D.
What's happening?
Tell you exactly what's happening.
It's paranormal things, that's what's going on. Now, our good friend Mickey's asked us to get on here, have a bit of chat about, you know, some equipment, experiences, locations, etc. So that's what we're going to do. Tell him who we are.
So here we are. We are Portal Paranormal. Me and him, you might recognise us from other teams and other investigations. We've worked worldwide, haven't we?
Yeah, true story.
Right? And also, Viking Views might recognise us from. But in terms of paranormal, we are Portal Paranormal.
Damn straight.
A recently established team.
Yeah.
Bit messed up over the last year.
Nothing to do with us, everything else has been on around us, but tell them where you can find us.
If you go onto YouTube, we don't come up instantly unless you type in Portal Paranormal Skirrid. Our one proper investigation on it, the Skirrid, that comes up immediately. Link on the screen, innit?
And it's not that we haven't done other locations, we have done them. We've got about 3-4 lined up already, that's already recorded. We didn't want to drop them last year with everything that was going on, didn't seem right. Wanted it to get back to normality so we can start spunking them out, literally spunking them out on a regular basis.
Sorry, Jesus.
But yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, thanks Mickey, let's get into it. And hello everybody.
I'm doing the filming today, so I'm not going to be in this 24/7, so I need to pop back over there now and grab a camera. Excuse me.
Right, so there we go. I was asked my favourite equipment that I like to take along investigations. Now you can't go wrong with a trusty SP7 spirit box. I've had some amazing stuff come through on this. Of course, backward sweep. Now I've had stuff come through on this at East Drive, Draco Tunnels, and I actually used one of these at Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum out in Las Vegas with one of the dolls, and that was an experience on its own. But also, 4K camera setup. Now we've got 4 cameras as well, leave them around the buildings. I tell you what, that takes investigating to a whole next level because we've got the TV screen and base. Sometimes we see stuff that's going on, we can immediately go there, capture it, you know, and just investigate it. So yeah, you haven't seen that on Portal yet, but a lot of that's coming out. Put these in my pouch, there we go. It's a lot of stuff. A Novelus, I love a Novelus. I haven't got one of them with me today, but again, when you can use that and it corresponds to something that's coming through an SP, amazing. Right through to the trusty old recorder, innit? Now, we're going to leave that in there. That's a bit of old school ghost hunting. I can't show you too much of that because we're recording this, isn't we? But that's my favourite bit of equipment.
So there you go. That's our little take on the world, isn't it? We just want to thank quickly Mickey for inviting us to do this. Much appreciated.
Look forward to doing some stuff with you when all this is over as well.
Definitely. But until next time. Whoosh.
Good afternoon, Mickey York. Right, favourite piece of equipment would be voice recorder, 360 REM pod, and the full spectrum camera. Best ever captured with would be the voice recorder. Kids talking and singing, even though there was only 3 of us in the room at the time.
So my favourite piece of equipment has definitely got to be the Ouija board. I've had some really personal experiences with that. Not long after my dad passed away, I communicated with him through the Ouija board, which was actually really, really comforting and really nice. And then I know since then there's some friends that have been on investigations and have also used the Ouija board and have actually communicated with my dad and then fed that back to me. So for me, that is by far the best bit of equipment I've ever had a personal experience with, for sure.
My name's Ian Lawman and I'm a psychic exorcist. For me, the most vital piece of equipment would be a voice recorder. As a medium, we can still use these in conjunction to us tuning in to communicating with spirit, and it's always good to play it back and see what we're getting. I can always recall when myself, Chris Howley and Paul Hobday was filming Ghost Chasers in the Ragged School at London, and we left the equipment down and locked the room off, forgetting about it, went back at the end of the filming session, and we played back and we got this amazing evidence of a young child in the classroom saying, "What you're laughing at?" And it was so crystal clear. And ever since then, that is something I do carry when I'm ghost hunting, because when I'm walking around being a medium and communicating to spirit, this is something that I can always play back and listen to when I get home. But for me, that piece of evidence on the Ragged School was absolutely amazing. So my advice to any wannabe ghost hunter is carry a voice recorder.
Hi everyone, this is John from Wednesday Paranormal and Bizarre Dimensions. I hope you're keeping very safe and well. I'm here tonight to briefly talk about my favourite piece of kit, which is a Bobloff body cam. I don't go to any investigation without it. This has given me the best night vision footage and voice captures I've had to date, including one at Woodchester Mansion, which was the best voice recording I've ever heard personally. If you wish to see this footage, it's on our YouTube and our Facebook page. That's Wednesday Paranormal. The best thing about this, of course, is you can put it into the holder, you can attach it to your body, turn it on at the start of the investigation, turn it off at the end of the investigation, and you've got it all there, the whole night. It's all there for review. It's a great piece of kit. Again, I don't go anywhere without this one. So that's all. So the Bobloff body cam for me, anytime. All the very best to you. Please stay safe and well, and we hope to see you as soon as we can get out there. All take care. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Hi, my name's Tom. I run the channel Haunted Finders on YouTube. My favourite piece of equipment is gotta be my digital recorder. And the reason being is it just fascinates me. It still blows my mind and fascinates me that you can be in a location and do a recording in the moment, play it back in the moment, and you don't hear anything at the time of recording, and then play it back and hear sometimes full sentences and responses to your questions. And I think it's probably one of my favourite pieces of equipment because it's one of those things that's really harder to debunk than any other piece of equipment. If you're doing a recording in the moment and there's no voices or no responses whatsoever at the time of recording, and you play it back and you're hearing like clear voices, where exactly are these voices coming from? Who's saying them? Are they spirits? Are they something else? Are they coming from a different dimension? What are these voices that are answering our questions? I think it's something that nobody can explain and nobody can say for definite what it really is, but something does answer the questions on digital recorder, and I think that's probably why I put it as one of my favourite pieces of equipment to use. It's why I use it quite a lot in my videos.
Hi Mickey, Carl Hutchinson here. You asked me to talk about a bit about my equipment, best bit of equipment I use, some evidence and a location. My go-to bit of equipment that I always carry, it's what I do all my baseline readings at any location I go into, and that's the Melmeter REM ADDT. And the reason that is, it has everything in a small device that you could possibly need on an investigation. It has the milligauss, so it's looking at the EMF field. It also has the ambient temperature, but it's also got a built-in REM function, which puts out its own magnetic field through an antenna, and if anything breaks that field, it will alarm. It has the ADDT, which is a temperature drop or temperature rise an alarm system, which also, if you're getting cold spots or there's a breeze or anything like that, you can use that to detect it. And the reason I have that, like I said, it's because it's in a very, very small device, easy to carry, do all my baseline readings on it. The reason I have that, and the most amazing evidence I've caught with it, is at a location called Landguard Fault. And they have a World War II operations room with the map, you know, as you see in the war movies where they push planes around. So it has a map of the southeast. And we positioned 5 males with REM around the table, and we were getting hits off the mel meter where it was alarming. And we were having interaction with whatever was there, and it was intelligent reaction because we were saying go to this meter and that meter would then go off, go to that meter would then go off, and we're getting them going round the table and then reversing and everything like that. Unbelievable. So I would say that's been my best bit of evidence using the MEL. I also use the XCAM SLS structure light sensor camera made by Bill Chappell, not based around Kinetic or Microsoft. This is a professional scientific bit of equipment that's been designed. Unbelievable results on that. But I've also had hits where you don't get the mapping of, say, a lampshade or anything, because it doesn't look for that. It looks for other things, but you've also then got the moisture levels. You've got various other meter devices on there which look at things like that. So that's a great bit of equipment.
On Are You Haunted, we like to use a back to basics investigation technique, and one of my favourite pieces of equipment for using on investigations is this particular device. This is a Zoom H6 audio recorder, and we've captured some absolutely phenomenal EVPs using this device.
I think another favourite as well, definitely for myself, is we use CCTV, which we set up all around the venue. So we've got the audio running, plus we've got the cameras as well to try and get as much covered as what we possibly can.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ellis from Free Spirit Researchers UK, and my favourite piece of equipment would have to be the digital voice recorder. I absolutely adore EVPs. I think it's such a, it's such a thrill to think that we could be hearing voices of those that have passed. My favourite memory of a capture was at Codner Cottages, where we were reportedly talking to a young spirit called Belle, and we had sang Ring of Roses, and we purposely left out the very last word, and we played our recording back, and around 10 seconds after we'd all gone silent, you could hear what appeared to be a young girl's voice saying 3. So that's probably my most memorable EVP, my most favourite EVP.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve from UK Ghost Hunts and the Haunted Museum in Nottingham. Equipment wise, I would say video, catching something on video is amazing. I'm more hertz, radio waves, signals, electronic pulses, that kind of thing. So I do believe that ghosts can change the atmosphere and radio waves and different stuff like that. So, but the best way is people making ideas, even if they sound silly. It's what makes us progress. So keep with the ideas, guys. That is the main thing. Even if they're bad, you never know what's going to work, what won't work. There's nothing set in stone. So keep the ideas going. Equipment wise, yourself, guys. We've got equipment that's really good now that can detect stuff, but yourself is just fantastic. So that's my ones. And take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.
Hi guys, my name's Paul and I run Paranormal Analysis down on the south coast in Portsmouth. Now I've been asked to make a short video and tell you about my favourite piece of equipment that I like to use when out doing paranormal investigations. Now in terms of equipment we all use so much these days, don't we, when we're out investigating the paranormal. I think I just go back to basics really, and my favourite is still the good old dictaphone, voice recorder, whatever you want to call it. I think we can get so much evidence on EVP just because of the way it's done. If you're sat in a room which is completely silent and you can rule out all the other variables that are around, traffic, people, so forth, whatever's going on in and around that building, of course, then EVPs are fantastic. And the good thing is that when you've got an audio program on your computer, you can go in and investigate it. You can raise the levels of the volume, the pitch, whatever, just to listen to it a little bit more thoroughly. And there's so many more devices which are coming out these days which are capturing audio, such as different apps, spirit boxes, things like that. So it goes to show that the spirits are working on a different frequency, as we all know. But I still think for me, audio is the best thing. Now, sadly, a few years ago I stopped in the paranormal. I got rid of everything, and I got rid of a lot of evidence as well. But I still have one bit of evidence from a private place that I went to investigate quite a few years ago, and it still sits with me because there was two sisters living in a house, well, it was a flat actually, and they were having lots of different activity going on, but I felt that within the premises that there was something else that wanted some help as well. I don't think it was there as a malevolent spirit or to upset the girls. I think it was after attention. And I caught 3 different voices, what I believe saying, help me, whilst using audio equipment. So I'll play that for you now so you can hear that.
Are you a relative? Help me. I heard that.
So there you have it. 3 different voices saying help me. Well, what I interpret as help me. Obviously make your own mind up. I have caught other stuff, but sadly, like I said, I did have a break in the paranormal and I got rid of everything. So I'm hoping to capture some more as I continue in my investigations.
So one of my most favourite pieces of equipment to use is the PSB7 Spirit Box. I just always seem to come back to it. I think it's because I have the most sort of responses, and I don't know, I just really like it. One of the best times I've ever used it was at Moira Furnace. There was 3 of us and we were in this little room, and I had the spirit box sweeping. Nothing had come through that was abnormal or any radio waves. I didn't even get mobile phone signal. And this almighty hiss came through it, or growl, to the point it was that sort of loud through the spirit box. It made the whole speaker vibrate. I have absolutely no idea what caused it. I don't believe it was a radio station, but it was enough to kind of freak me out. But I still want to come back to it and find out more. I just tend to like working with the spirit box more than any other adhesive equipment I've got.
Hi, my name's Marie. I'm founder of UK Ghost Hunt. My favourite piece of equipment, for me personally, it is my own sensors. What I can hear with my own ears, see with my own eyes, feel. But as in the terms of trying to produce evidence, I think it would have to be the EVP. I just love it when we get things like names, dates and other things like that, and then we can clarify it in history records. Thank you very much.
Hi there to all my paranormal friends out there, and thank you Miki for allowing me to do this. My name is Adrian Perkins, and I've been writing the Ghost Detective series of books for a few years. I'm on number 8 now. That comes out, Ghost Detective 8 comes out in May. I've been in the game for 30 years, probably a little bit more, and when I first started they were using tape to tape, spools of tape to record things. Cameras, night vision cameras, forget that. None of that was going on at the time. Over the years I've started to use all the different digital recorders, night vision cameras. I've got some excellent night vision cameras now, TV quality sort of thing, and everything's come on leaps and bounds. But my favorite piece of equipment gave me my first piece of paranormal gold, and I will never forget it. And I'm going to show you a piece of equipment now, and it's this. It's a little Sanyo dictaphone. It's got a little tiny cassette in. There you go. Tiny little cassettes. And if you have them continuously running, you have to run back to them, turn them around, put them back in and start them again. But I love using these on voice activated. So you can leave them anywhere for a week, 2 weeks, however long you want. And they'll just go off when something happens, which is brilliant. And I've got several of these, but this is the one I started with, doing overnight investigation. I was invited up to a place to do an investigation. I won't say where it is at the moment, but this piece of kit came into its fore. It's absolutely brilliant, because what I wanted to do, we were doing an overnight investigation, and I wanted to put this into a building and lock it away overnight, because I knew something about the history of the location of where this was going to be put, and I wanted to see if I could capture anything on it. I'm going to let you hear it first, so you can judge for yourself what it is, and then I'll tell you where the location was, and then you'll understand. What you'll hear first is us fumbling about with it, setting it up, and then we'll leave, and then you'll hear something else. Okay, here we go. I'm going to hold it up to the microphone because you need to hear this. Okay. Now that carries on for 2 minutes, just like that. It just carries on and on. 2 minutes, voice activated. The only thing, this was locked away completely for 8 hours. Now, where this was is my favourite location as well, and it used to be called RAF Twinwood. It was a night fighter training station. This little tape recorder was placed in a building called the Armoury, and it was on a crashed engine that they'd recovered and put in there, and I placed this onto the engine, and we locked the building, and we were about 20 yards away in a different building doing the major part of the investigation. Then we went to the control tower and did a bit there, but this was on its own until about 8 in the morning, and we went to record, see what was recorded, if anything, because it was on voice activated. There were 2 minutes on there. Like I say, you've just heard it. I think I knew what it is, but I want you to make your own mind up about that. So, I'm not going to sway you in any way like that, because you heard it, you make up your mind what it is. I hope I may be able to join up with 1 or 2 of you groups out there in future. Miki, I'm still coming to join you on one of your investigations one day, I tell you. Thank you for allowing me to do this, and love to all of you. See you all soon.
Hi guys, it's Ali Key here from alikeyofficial.com and Hontex TV on YouTube. Okay, so what is my favourite piece of equipment to investigate the paranormal, the unknown with? I mean, obviously myself being a professional full-time psychic medium, everyone would think I should be saying myself, I am the best equipment to use for paranormal investigation, which would be quite right, by the way, because it's very, very important to use all your senses while investigating the paranormal. So yes, of course, myself, yourself, is a very good and unique piece of equipment to investigate the paranormal. However, my piece of equipment, which I'm going to talk about today for you guys, which is one of my favorite, and that is the good old-fashioned camera. We all should be documenting our investigations. Of course we should be, because we could be missing out on some compelling, amazing evidence. So whether it be a smartphone camera, a DSLR, a cinema quality camera, it doesn't matter what kind of camera it is. Whether it be a night vision camcorder, whatever it is, 4K, 1080p, whatever it is. A camera is very, very important for the paranormal and investigating the unknown. So when we were at the Lord Line building in Hull, and that's going back a year ago, with Hontex TV on YouTube, we went there filming for a video, and we thought to ourselves, not much there. It was pretty quiet, that's what we thought. We didn't think we had caught anything that night. And I was even thinking about, just going to give up with the whole YouTube thing. I said to my wife, Sadie, I'm not sure if I can be bothered doing the whole YouTube video thing for Hontex TV and everything like that. We didn't have many subscribers at that point, and everywhere we went, we just didn't feel like we were capturing much at all. Until my wife, Sadie, while reviewing the footage, noticed a little light and said, "What's this? Can we get a better picture? Can we zoom in? Can we get better lighting in the edit?" Which I adjusted, and then we found what we believed to be a ghost, a spirit, a shadow person moving behind us from one corner to the other, from the left to the right, from the right poof to the left. And that footage is on our YouTube channel, Hontex TV. That was incredible, and that was all filmed, by the way, on my mobile phone. That's all that was. On my mobile phone, okay? Minimal lighting, by the way. Minimal lighting. It's a small video light, not too much. But that was all filmed on a mobile phone. A camera. And that is what's really important. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for all your guys' support. Thank you so much to Mickey York as well for asking me to do this segment for your new video. Mickey, thank you very, very much. And I hope all of you are safe and well. And I bet you all can't wait, because we can't wait to get back out there and investigate the paranormal safely when we are all able to do so. But from me, Ali Key, it's over and out. Thank you all once again, and take care of yourself, and I'll see you all very, very soon.
I've been asked by my friend Mickey York to do a short video. My name's David Rasney. I'm lead investigator of Entering the Unknown Paranormal. My favourite piece of gadget or kit to date is the millimeter/rem ATDD. You get the temperature on the millimeter side, you get the temperature. Above that you'll get the readout of the milligauss. Anything 0.5 and below is normal background EMF. Anything above 0.5, 0.6 is significant to paranormal activity. The REM side of it makes its own EMF field with the aerial. Anything that has its own EMF field comes in contact with that aerial will sound the alarm and make the lights go off. Okay, the best location I've had with evidence with this going off was actually at a urban expo we did at an abandoned farmhouse. There was a couple of diaries on the side and a sales book. Every time we touched the diaries or the sales book, the REM side would go off. If we went away from the books and come out of the room, it'd stay silent. But as soon as we went back in, touched the books again, the alarm would go off and sound.
Hello guys, first off, I just want to thank Miki for letting me come on the channel, inviting me on the channel, and talking about my favourite piece of paranormal equipment. First of all, sorry, I'll introduce myself. So, I'm Kurt Roberts, I'm 27 years old, I'm from the South Wales Valleys, and I'm in a team called Forsaken Paranormal. So, now that we've got all that out the way, I think my favourite piece of equipment, it's gotta be the Xbox Kinect. Now, I don't always believe that it can be true because I am on the fence with all this paranormal investigating and stuff. I go out to try disprove more than I do prove. But the Xbox Kinect, we've had so many good things with it. My most favourite thing that happened was we was in the Skirrid Inn, which is in Wales, Wales' most oldest and haunted pub, possibly. We were down in the bar area, and the only way I can explain it is the bar's over here, there's a doorway by here, and we are back this way. And we are speaking to the Kinect, trying to get, you know, the spirits out to come and talk to us or communicate with us. And the only way I can explain it is a figure pops up and it looks as if it has one leg leaning against the wall like this with a fag in his mouth.
This you've got to see. There's a dude on the Kinect, which you can see on here as well. He's literally out there smoking. And obviously there's no one there. Like he's even having a little scratch over there.
Bloody hell, it's like he's leaning on a bar sort of thing.
Pins and needles again, yeah.
Gee.
Are you watching the darts?
Got his legs crossed.
It's
Now, like I said, I can explain that. We looked at it many times. Maybe I'll send the link to Mickey York, and maybe you can just download the clip and put it in here. And yeah, that's probably my favourite bit of equipment is the Kinect, just because it's so fun. Like, obviously the most important thing is the night vision cameras to me. That's also my personal favourite alongside with the Kinect. I want to give a big shout out to Mickey for inviting me on his channel, and hopefully he'll allow me to plug this, but follow us at Forsaken Paranormal for more investigations when we are allowed to investigate. I also have a personal channel, guys, which is Kurt Roberts, where I'm more of a travel / adventure photographer on this, so if you do like that type of thing, then you may like my channel. But yeah, thanks so much for allowing me to come on this video, Mickey, and make sure if you're new to his channel, guys, smash the like button and subscribe for more of his content.
Hi, I'm Russ from Wednesbury Paranormal. Just a big shout out to all you UK and global ghost hunters out there. Just want to say a big thank you for your efforts and horrible times during COVID. Okay, so favourite bit of kit, I've got so much kit that I use, lots and lots to be fair, but I must admit probably I'm quite partial to using this little device. It's a spirit box, and it sweeps and stores, and it's got a reverb and echo function, and I don't know why, but I seem to get an awful lot of good intelligent responses. If I got asked, I'm quite partial to my spirit boxes and ITC in general, so instrumental transcommunication. Yeah, I seem to get a lot of intelligent responses that way. So God bless and keep up the good work, you all. And I look forward to seeing all your content, and zero negativity, no fucks given. Let's crack on and do what we all do best. God bless.
Mickey's asked me to talk to you about my favourite piece of equipment, and this is actually just a simple tape recorder. I'd usually use just my mobile phone. Yeah, the dictaphone on it and the quality of the microphone, really simple to use, reliable, very good quality recordings. EVPs, in my opinion and from my experience, are probably, if you're looking for evidence, I'd imagine probably the best evidence you're going to get. Really, because you know how many people are in the room, you know who's around you, you know their voices, and it's very, very easy to pick out one that is out of place. Straight away, brilliant. I mean, it's nothing, you can't prove it to other people, but you know for yourself what it is, and for yourself it's invaluable. The questions that you call out, usually, I mean, using a piece of equipment like spirit boxes, I find the answers very, very much hit and miss. Probably about 80% pretty irrelevant, but EVPs seem to, more times than not, be very to the point. Usually you find when you play back even just conversations you're having amongst members of the team, spirit people join in. They remark on it. They take the Miki out of you. I mean, the amount of insults I find, on recordings I play back. I mean, I won't play you any of those, but seriously, I get sworn at all the time. So much, it's outrageous. It really is. But yeah, so there you go, people. My greatest recommendation, as I said, always have one with you, and especially with spirit box sessions. My understanding of the equipment is the process is not complete from what you hear in the room. You need to have a tape recorder. It's essential.
Hello, my name's Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, and my favourite piece of ghost hunting equipment would have to be the thermal imager. It allows you to see in the dark, but also it allows you to look at relative temperature. And of course we know that one of the most reliable and consistent factors in people's haunting experiences is when they report a drop in temperature. If we can pick that up on a piece of kit, then at least it verifies that they're not having hallucinations or that there's some other explanation for what's going on. So definitely thermal imager, although it's not necessarily the most affordable piece of kit, it's certainly my favourite. I've also seen some interesting evidence put forward on various ghost shows, and have captured some interesting evidence at a haunted, now closed nightclub up in the northwest of England.
My favourite piece of equipment that I've used during an investigation has to be back at my favourite location in Northampton, Abington Abbey. Now, I'll set the scene. It was at the top of the show. We were all gathered round. There's a group of us all gathered round a large table, and the table had a copper pipe attached to it, and then the copper pipe was attached to a ghost box. So we call this the human ghost box experiment, and absolutely unbelievable what came through. I think somebody in the group said, can you tell us where we are? And through, unbelievable, through the ghost box, it said the words Abington Abbey. So clear, so precise. And that for me is absolutely phenomenal.
Hi Miki. So, favourite piece of equipment? Not an easy thing to pick actually. I've been thinking about this for a little while. And bearing in mind how quickly technology has moved on over the last 4 or 5 years within the paranormal field. There's some amazing pieces of kit out there. Initially I was thinking SP7, Spirit Box. We've had some good results with those. Also a voice recorder, capturing EVPs. But when it came down to it, when I thought about the piece of kit that I would take with me every time I went out, it came down to this. You can hear it already. Here we go. The REM pod. Now this simple little piece of equipment actually can allow you to be in 2 places at once, really. So this little box can detect presence, activity in an area where perhaps you can't be, because you can't be everywhere all the time. So as you can see, it lights up, which is great in the dark, and makes lots of noise when something is close to it. So if you hear that, you can go off and investigate what sort of activity is going on. Now the last place we used this, and some really, really good results, was Skirrid Inn in Wales. Great place, really great place. And we had a couple of these set up throughout the location, and they were just going off all night to the point where the batteries drained down. So it was a great night, and there was lots of activity which these little boxes were picking up. So yes, I think for me, for now, the REM pod.
Hi everybody. Well, my name is Kelly Peffers and I am a mom, I am a wife, I'm also studying my bachelor's in education, and in my fun time I am a paranormal investigator. Sadly this year I haven't been able to do as much as I normally would, which kind of sucks because I am starting to get withdrawals, but I live in a 17th century cottage. So I'm doing this video today. My friend Miki has asked me just to kind of talk to you guys about some of the equipment that I use. So I'm pretty sure now Miki has done the little pokery jiggery, and this is the other side of my camera. So I've just set out a couple little bits in my laundry room. Now I do apologise, we've had a bit of a leak. We are in the middle of renovating this lovely little 17th cottage. I absolutely love this place, and we are currently in one of the most active areas in my house, so I thought this is probably one of the best areas to come into. So in here is just a big box of goodies that I have. There's an EMF reader there, well, it's more of an electronic like radiation detective thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's probably one of the first things I did buy just to be cool, I think, and I am so excited to use it because one of my favorite things to use is a camera, and the amount of stuff that I have personally captured using cameras, and I also love the, is it Paradisia, where things look different, and like you think things are things when they're not actually things at all. They're more of a figment of imagination, or like some kind of matrix bonding thing. I just find it fascinating, so I love cameras. So I've taken out a couple of my cameras just to show you some little things. So this is one of my favourite little cameras. It's just 70 quid, right? It's not that exciting. It hasn't got very many bells and whistles on, but you know what, I absolutely love it. It has night vision, and the amount of like the quality of it is just absolutely brilliant. So as you can see there, there you go. I just think it's absolutely brilliant, and it's one of my favorite pieces of equipment. Now, as you can see behind here, there's some fancy little lights going on here. So these are actual infrared lights, where it just kind of, my friend Jane has given me this wonderful little rig basically, and this here is from Simon Cox IT. Alright, and it's just a normal sort of GoPro, a cheaper version of GoPro, and basically it's kind of been hacked. So the filter and everything in the camera has been taken off, so you can have more IR and everything coming through.
Hey Mickey, how goes it, fella? Thanks for letting me come on board and contribute to your video. So you want to know what are my favourite bits of kit, evidence I've captured, is the healy wheel. Comes in two formats really. The basic one, which can be used for basic yes and no responses kind of thing. Same for the upgraded one, which has lights on, which gives a more of a visual indicator as to the strength of the energy that it's picking up. But when combined with a chart like this, can make a really useful communication tool. So you're using it like a dowsing rod really, or a pendulum, so you can get a lot more meaningful back and forth communication going. So I've used this a couple of times at Woodchester. It took a while to actually realise that we were getting something intelligent responding, with us. Then I got the camera going, and then the law of Stod prevailed that these sessions don't last too particularly long. So the the spirit that was coming through, we managed to ascertain it was an old lady of between a certain age, 60, 70, something like that, and her role was there was to look after the child spirits that are there, which we've heard a number of times and have come through on the follow-up Eagle session that we did. That was really a fantastic experiment, that one, which I've got on video, which is out there. The follow-up session, we seem to tap in with the children that are there, which, based on what we've heard, the auditory phenomenon with kids laughing and joking and running around, seems to be that they're constantly playing about. So they got on board with the wheel, and there must have been at least 2 spirits, I reckon, and they were getting both wheels. I had 3 wheels going at the same time, which was pretty cool, and they were mucking about with us, so they were giving us opposite answers to every question that we were asking. It took a while to actually realise that they were buggering us about. So it's quite a cool, fun piece of kit to use that, as well as, you know, they all seem to have their own preferred ways of trying to communicate. So on refining that, I'm going to be getting a guy out there who makes wooden Ouija boards and things like that to make our own, so it'd be tailored specifically to the kind of comms that we want to have come through. But yeah, cool piece of kit, that.
So there we go, guys, everybody's favourite piece of paranormal equipment. What can I say? So many credible people in this video, so many great experiences, so many pieces of evidence. What can I say? Thank you so much, everybody that has taken part, taking the time to record a video and send it to me. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new, and if you are, hello, my name is Mickey. You can follow every single person in this video. All their links are in the description if you want to go to their YouTube channels. Go do it. These guys are awesome. Please do it. And nothing else to say really, guys, apart from thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.